Alright, you gotta love ChatGPT. I took my video that I just made, transcribe it, and then spit out this little summary. In this summary, it says, in this video, you passionately explain your vision for revolutionizing filmmaking and personal video capturing. You talk about how traditional videography often forces you to miss real life moments, especially with your family. You dream of a future where AI driven multi camera systems, triggered automatically with wireless wearable mics, can film life cinematically without needing a dedicated videographer or editor. You reflect on how tech advancements like AI editing and smart cameras could create beautiful, emotional memories without sacrificing presence in the moment. You also emphasize the deep emotional importance of family, storytelling, and preserving life's epic moments with true cinematic quality. I love ChatGPT. I really dive deep into the why. You know what I'm saying? Really. I'm gonna create other videos on how it can be done. I really want to talk about UWB. The film industry has not really been using UWB, which is ultra wideband technology, in their camera systems, or GPS, or there was another one, I forgot what it was. But if you've seen some of my other videos, I've been really talking about this and I really think this could happen. Anyways, check it out. So I want to talk about some of the reasons why I want to get rid of the videographer, or at least have the option to get rid of the videographer. I have probably thousands of hours of footage. I've been a cameraman for a very long time, and I've never been more of a cameraman since my kids came into my life, as I constantly have a camera on them. Like, I always have a camera on them. I'm always filming them. I don't want to miss a moment. But there's a very thin line from missing the moment or being in the moment. I'm going through all this footage. You know, I got footage of my family, but I'm never there. Even though I'm there, I'm not in the footage, you know? Like, it's like I'm missing. And it'd be great to have $1 billion where I could just constantly have a videographer, but nobody wants to hire some other 20, 30, 40-year-old guy, some random guy filming your family all the time, right? And nobody wants to just have that extra person there with you that's not family, you know? But I'm a cinematic type of guy. I'm a super cinematic type of guy, right? I am super cinematic. I don't want my videos to be looking like just on a tripod all day, right? Or that's why I feel like this system that I have in my head would be so dope for not even just people like me who want to make movies. Like, I would love to do that one day. Make a movie. That'd be super dope. But aside from that, I do a lot of practicing with my kids, right? Different type of shots, low angle, high angles, side shots, close-ups, wide shots, whatever, right? And after all doing this practicing, it's like, all right, I know what I'm doing. Lighting. Sometimes I light a scene up in my own house and it be looking so dope. You know, I put the one light here. I put the practical light in the background, right? And I got the scene just looking pretty dope. Maybe now I don't know, like Hollywood shit, but it looks good. It's pretty dope, right? Then I color grade it and I do all this work. Meanwhile, I'm missing what's important, right? My kid's in the other room, and then I gotta find that balance. How do I make a solid product without sacrificing, you know, that time? So I cut corners, throw on a LUT, say, all right, that's good enough. I hardly don't even color grade anymore. I remember when I used to spend a lot of time color grading on just one shot. You know, don't do that no more. AI has really replaced a lot of things and is going to go even further And these programs are gonna get even better. 100 years from now, color grading will probably be a thing of the past. It is a dying art. I'm pretty sure it is. Um, Probably even lighting will probably be a dying art. You could probably take the footage that you have, run it through an AI system. It would take your thing and just make it look super cinematic, right? And then, um, but like I was saying, I'm a very cinematic type of guy. I want to watch the film that I shot in a. See, I don't want to miss moments like this. Like my wife is. I want to be with my wife. Hey, baby. And you know, um, and I I find myself putting in a lot of work to perfect this look, chasing perfection. That's what I do. I do a lot of chasing perfection. I don't want, when people watch my movie, I don't want them to be like, oh, it looks low budget. It sounds low budget or whatever. Like, I want it to look super dope, right? I've always been that type, you know. But like I was saying, as far as my family, I don't want to look back at the old footage that I did in just a plain way. It's not really a huge deal, right? But for me, I would like to look back at the footage of my family, the old footage of my, you know, and look at it like it was a movie. Like, man, this was epic. Because it is. Raising a family is a very epic. Some people might see it as a boring thing. I don't know. But it's everything to me. My family is everything to me, right? So, and it's a very epic, you know, 'cause I don't take life for granted. You know, there are people out there that have had unfortunate dealings and have lost loved ones. And, we all don't know exactly when our time is, right? And it is, I do like one thing that this was really cool. I showed my mom a picture of, so she has a picture of her mom and dad and my cousin. They all passed away. She has a picture of it, right? And I ran it through some AI stuff, and you know, they were like, hugging and whatnot. Then they like started. It was just an old picture, not a movie. But then they started moving the AI, and then like she just immediately started like she was in shock. She was like, and then she started crying like, oh my god, like, you know what I'm saying? She was just, it was crazy. It was like a little crazy moment. I do like that. That was pretty dope. How the AI was able to make people who are not here make them move. Um, some people might think it's too much, and then for my mom, she really loved it. Because the way the AI did it, that was pretty cool. And then there's a lot of times where it don't do good. I'd be like delete, delete. You know what I'm saying? Like it'd be looking crazy. So, um, but yeah, like I think that's a big reason why I want to get rid of the videographer, or at least have the option to get rid of the videographer. You know, I think having, I mean, I like I said, I could just put up a camera on a tripod, and that's it. But it doesn't really capture the feeling. Like you wouldn't really watch a movie like that. I mean, unless you're watching a Wes Anderson movie. But even he has movement, right? It's very clean movement. The type of shots that I'm looking for in my mind, if all I had to do was just set up a camera, or in this case, I would set up 4 cameras, right? Set up 4 cameras, or have a system where it could have multiple cameras, and it would follow whatever. Like if I got this camera set on my wife, and this camera set on me, and this camera set on my son, and this camera set on my daughter. 4 different cameras going at the same time. I could edit that shit later, right? Matter of fact, AI will probably edit it. They have the technology now. Have you seen that shit? Where it automatically cuts out all the dead air, right? That's easy now. Then they have the technology where, like the interview. Have you seen the interview technology? That's crazy. You could take two. I only seen where it does two, right? Like you have a camera left and a camera right. And not only will it cut out the dead air, it would mute whenever somebody's not talking. And it would automatically cut up the interview. So what used to take hours could be done in seconds. If I have those 4 cameras and I set them up, right? In fact, like it should almost, I'm looking really far into the future right now, right? But like those type of things should automatically be set up. You know what I'm saying? Like if I have, just like if I have a lamp in the room, or like I have a um a light switch. Like I'm thinking so far ahead that it's not even funny. As simple as a lamp in a room, cameras, if I wanted to have a camera in every single room and to turn on whenever somebody goes into that room, right? I'm not talking about the bathroom or anything like that, private areas, but like have like the living room. If I wanted to set up different cameras everywhere and have, like, it could be as simple as having a, a necklace on, right? Whenever you have this necklace on, oh, by the way, I got another idea. Super dope idea. I think it should be a gold necklace, and the gold necklace should, the pendant should cover the microphone. Can you imagine that? So you're always wearing this microphone on you, but it looks like, I mean, it's made out of real gold. I try to run this idea through ChatGPT, and this is the picture that it came up with. Totally not what I'm looking for. The Lark M2 should be like hidden, should be like behind it or something. Should be almost like a cup, and I could just put it in, and take it out whenever I needed to. Anyways, back to the story. It's just covering the microphone. I don't know why nobody's thought of that shit yet. So this thing will follow you. This camera system will follow you anywhere you go into the house, right? And then it would take that footage, line it up into a timeline, into a system. Like the whole system is, like, imagine the whole system is connected to like some sort of router, and they're all synced up to like a computer automatically adding to a timeline. There's a date on it. We turn it on and it just turns on. All right, we're all recording. Everybody's dressed, everybody's having a good time. Everybody's got their, their necklace on, and these cameras are just following you. Imagine it was what it would do for a reality TV show. Now everybody gotta wear it, okay? And this camera system is automatically cutting out the dialogue for you, and you create dope ass content out of it. People would buy that system. It would be profitable. It would be crazy. You're getting rid of the videographer and technically almost the editor, because it's gonna cut it up for you. If somebody else is talking, they're gonna show that. And if they're talking about nothing, then you could cut that out. Like if they're just talking about the weather, you can literally just cut anything. Papi. Amen. I think that would be so dope. But we gotta take baby steps. We gotta at least create the very first thing. And that is having a camera that can follow you through walls, through people. At the very least, there should be a beacon or whatever it is that could set up on the sideline of a football field and play a game of football. I'm not talking about soccer. Soccer is soccer. Football is American football. Or if I wanted to play basketball, if I want to play a game of basketball, it should be able to follow me no matter what. And then I should be able to say, hey, keep it a cowboy shot. I want the cowboy shot. That's what I want. Keep it locked in. I'm not asking for it to be perfect. Like, it doesn't have to be specifically a cowboy shot the entire time, but close enough. It should be able to zoom in, zoom out, focus on me no matter where I go, unless I go 1,000 yards away. I totally understand that. If I'm way too far out, that's cool. That goes against like what I'm trying to do anyways. Now, if I'm 1,000 yards away and I get back in range, I should be in focus then. All right, that's that's like the goal now. That's the new goal. Call me crazy.